You know, once in a while in your lifetime, you say you have a friend that you absolutely know. You're sure you know this person because she's very special. And so I did a tape with her, Judy Baird. I said that she's the woman who can do anything. She's incredible. And then one day, she called me up on the phone, and I thought, am I talking to a 14-year-old? Who is this person? I was so amazed at what I heard that I thought, we have to tape this for the world to hear.
Oh, come on.
Because we have to have Judy Baird as who she really is. And I'm going to introduce her to you now so that you understand this wonderful story. It's a very, very funny story of her meeting the stars. We'll start out with star 1, and we will go on to star 2 and maybe 3, or how many she has met. So the first thing is going to Judy. Here you go, star 1.
Star 1. Clooney. Everybody out there, you know you wish you were me, because I met Clooney. Catherine knows this story. I don't feel like I'm a 16-year-old, but there are some people in your life that you've watched forever. You know, ER, his films, everything he does, his philanthropy, his good looks.
His good looks.
His silver, now he's like a silver fox, wasn't in the play, but silver fox. He was the one I remember when they were doing ER, that it was his idea to go live with ER.
The cast of ER celebrated in between 2 live performances last night, one for the East Coast and one for the West.
Green, how's that pulse? Distal pulses are 2+ and equal, no arterial injury.
They filmed one episode where they were live, and that's risky. That's like West Wing with all the moving shots and everything. It was incredible. So, longtime fan of George Clooney. Sort of older Clooney, not so much younger Clooney. I didn't see Facts of Life.
Oh, you want me to take a look? It's okay, I'm qualified. My dad owns a hardware store.
I didn't see some of these other things that he did when he was younger. I think I saw him on Roseanne. I thought, whatever. But I was determined, because the tickets were astronomical, to see
These are the
Good Night and Good Luck. They were astronomical, and I was determined to see this play no matter what, because I wanted, so ridiculous, I wanted to breathe the same air as Clooney. I'm saying this to my friend.
Loud enough so
I wanted to breathe the same air as Clooney. See, I don't find this disturbing. I just find it's like you meet your crush. All right, so I'm 72 and I met my crush who's 64. Who cares?
But tell how you
But
did it.
here's how it happened. So my boss and I are both, she's moved to California now, but we were both saying we really want to see this because she loves Clooney too. I know very few women who do not love Clooney. Let's just say that. So we're looking at these ticket prices and saying, it's
Make
insane.
sure you're loud enough so that they hear this.
Can you hear this? Okay. We're looking at these ticket prices, which are insane. Like some of his tickets were $1,000.
Oh.
Because it was a limited run. It was 8 weeks. It was Clooney. It's Clooney. I'm sorry. This is going to get boring is what this is going to get. So anyway, when I was talking to Harita, that's my former boss, she said, I was looking at single tickets, and I said, oh, brilliant idea. Because when you look, everybody, if you go on today's Tix, whatever, I'm seeing Sunset Boulevard tonight, and I'm seeing Krasinski in Angry Ellen, single tickets, you can get tickets. easier and usually less expensive than when you're getting 2 seats. File that away. So,
But you talk loud enough so everyone can hear you. Did you hear what she said? That if you go and get single tickets, what is the thing?
if you go onto Today's Tix or any of those sites, if you're looking for a single ticket, even to Clooney, sorry, now she's making me laugh because she really had a reaction. She's like, Judy, I can't believe that I'm talking to you about this. Anyway, yes, if you go on these sites and you look for a single ticket, odds are you're going to find it, and you're going to find it more easily and less expensive than if you're getting 2. Yeah, I've scored a lot of seats that way.
When you say less expensive, how much is less expensive?
I paid $2.59 to see Clooney in the orchestra, a bit on the side of the left side of the house. It was great. I could see him. I could see him perfectly, rather than center $1,000 in the house seat section.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was determined to breathe his air. So it's no intermission show. Okay. I had the ticket on my phone, and my touch screen doesn't work very well. It does for my passcode, but that's about it. So I was concerned about making sure I had that ticket in hand and getting in my seat and having the whole Clooney experience. So I get out of Grand Central, and I see the line is almost all the way around the block, and I thought, I have to get in the line. I was going to get something to eat, but I thought I have to get in the line. So I get in the line, they let us in, everything is fabulous, and I get inside, and I'm like a half hour early. And because as soon as they opened the house, I went in. It was air conditioned in the street. Broadway and 50th Street was hot as hell that day. So I sit down and I'm thinking, should I go I can't eat, I don't eat sugar and I don't eat all these things. I thought, no, you can't get a snack. And I didn't want to drink water because I didn't have to go to the bathroom because there's no intermission. So imagine my dilemma. So anyway, I was fine. I was so fine. And the show was so good. And it was better than I expected it to be perfectly honest. I love the film.
Oh, none of us had ever read a dangerous book or had a friend who was different or never joined an organization that advocated change. We'd all be just the kind of people Joe McCarthy wants. We're going to go with the story because the terror is right here in this room.
But this, he was miscast. He was Fred Friendly in the film.
He
was good.
In the film, yeah.
He was good, but his work was exceptional, I thought. And you saw the CNN version, so it was so worth it. The play is over, the doors open, and I realize as I'm exiting, I'm on 7th Avenue, and here's the stage door, and I think, well, you know what? I never, ever do this. I really do not wait for people. There are very few people that I would wait for, but I thought, Jude, this is Clooney. This is Clooney. You have to do this. So the way it works now, for those of you who are wherever you are and haven't recently been to a Broadway show, they put gates around, and the stars can come out of the stage door and walk along the inside of the gates. And the people who have seen the show or want to get something signed or want to take a picture, we're on the other side. We're on the street side of the gates. But I am right by the stage door. I just thought this is it's a miracle. So there's this big, very big man standing right behind the gate. And when you're standing outside for a while, at least I do, I start talking to people do you love Clooney too? And we're all saying these kinds of crazy stuff. Wasn't he great? And blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I decide, they're saying to me, well, can't you get that guy to move? Because he was so massive. We're thinking, Clooney's going to come out the door. We're not going to get a shot because the crowd is going to move in and that guy is huge. And so this is a disaster. So I take my phone and I stand like this with my arm up with my phone in really hot weather. Yeah. So I have my phone. I'm waiting for Clooney. This is taking a long time. So is this story. Sorry.
No, it's
Oh, okay.
no, it's
okay.
fine.
It's the setup. It has to be there. People, he has bodyguards there. He had, there were security staff from the Winter Garden who were the loveliest people. There's a policewoman there. He's a high profile guy, so his car to take him away was there, and we're all patiently waiting. And at this point, it's like over a half hour. We're standing out there. I have my, really. And, and once you're in, you're in. That's it. I'm like, I'm not leaving now.
Oh.
So I'm standing there with my phone. And while I'm standing there with my phone, I'm still talking to people. I suddenly think, oh dear. Oh no. And the next thing I know, I hear the girl that I had been talking to behind me say, everyone, get out of the way. There's an unconscious woman here. So I'm starting to come to, and I think, shit, let me get out of the way. Where is this person? We have to make way for the paramedics. So she goes, no, we're talking about you. I said, but I'm not unconscious. I'm conscious. I was conscious. What happened is I fainted. I never fainted in my life. Oddly, I wasn't embarrassed because I work for NYU emergency medicine and I've taught CPR and I've seen people on stretchers and everything else. So I wasn't apologizing for it, but I have to say my first reaction was, oh, this poor person who's unconscious. Let me get out of the way. Never thinking it was me because I didn't realize I had fainted at that point. Fainting is a very interesting experience. I had never had it before. So anyway, she's telling me, don't worry, I have your bag. I had my bag on. I have your playbill. I have your phone. I have your jacket, your hat. So the next thing I know, people are like rushing at me. The bodyguards of Clooney are coming over. This little policewoman is coming over. And she's like, do you want to go to the hospital? I said, no, I want to see Clooney. So this is really true. So anyway, she starts laughing. They get me a chair. The lovely guys from the Winter Garden go inside and they get me a chair and they put it on the inside of the gate. And while I'm sitting there, the house staff guys are giving me water. Everybody's smiling. The police lady called 911. Paramedics eventually arrive on the scene. I have a blood pressure cuff on. I've got my finger in the thing for the pulse ox. They're doing a modified EKG because they weren't going to make me naked on the street. And I'm sitting on this chair drinking water and we're joking. And when she put the thing on my leg, which is still true today, I said, geez, had I known, I would have shaved my legs. And the Winter Garden guy starts laughing. I mean, it was a cordial event. It wasn't scary anymore. So these two women in the crowd who had also seen the show come over to side by side of me. They were nurses. And one of them insists, what did you do? All right, your blood pressure's coming back up a little bit and everything, but the paramedics are on me, they're with me. And she insists, and I had given up sugars now it's 6 years ago. And I said, no, I didn't eat anything, and I really didn't drink anything in quite a while. So she goes, I think, you better she gave me fruit roll-ups or something, really nice lady. And I said, but I don't eat sugars. You're eating them. So I ate the fruit roll-ups, and truly between the water and the fruit roll-ups, I felt better. So we're all talking, and all of a sudden, I say to them, I said, you know what? Baby Huey is behind us. Clooney's going to see us because I'm on the chair here when we come out. So I said, we're going to probably get really good pictures of him. Oh, this is what I'm thinking of. Yeah, this is all I cared about. It was worth the possible ambulance was worth everything. So the bottom line is they're going, yeah. Then all of a sudden I see this one house, like not detective, but like a security guy, but he wasn't one of the Winter Garden guys. He was probably a bodyguard for Clooney. Okay, 1 minute. And I said to him, 1 minute, he's coming. So finally, it's 45 minutes in, or maybe 50 minutes in. The door opens, and here comes Clooney. And I don't know what I did. I just was like, he comes, I have to look in the camera for this. He comes right over to me and says, I was worried about you. You've been drinking again, haven't you? And I'm like sitting there, like looking in Clooney's face, like not only, but he's talking to me. So I said to him, do you think we could get a picture? And he goes, oh, yeah. I said, well, let me get up. He said, no. I don't, and I'm hearing him the way I hear him as Doug on ER, like his voice, the Clooney voice go, no. Sit, no, I don't want you to fall down again. So I said, well, sit on my lap. And he goes, I am not going to sit on your lap. So anyway, Clooney takes the camera. He goes, I'll take it. And he's a pro at it because that's a good picture.
Yes,
that's a really good picture. And it captures exactly what Catherine wanted out of this story. Me, like I wasn't 72
14.
at that, like 14-year-old looking up at Clooney, who had his face next to my face. We were like just together for a moment. It was incredible. And then he apologizes for keeping all of us waiting for so long. But they were doing that CNN free live taping, so they had to rehearse for it. And he said, because normally it doesn't take me this long to get out here. So I really, he was so nice. And then I have other pictures, I'll give them to Peppy, but pictures where, or maybe I sent them to you already. He goes around, like I was the first customer. And I truly lucked out because Clooney took the picture. It was amazing.
And everybody wanted to
and everyone hated me, I'm sure. Because I was in good spirits. I clearly was not unconscious. And it was like nirvana. I mean, it's like, when is it going to get better than this? On freaking 7th Avenue in a Sunday afternoon in the heat, May 18th. So anyway, he goes around and he signs everybody's stuff. And he takes pictures with them and he shakes hands and stuff. He couldn't be more wonderful, truly. So yes, it's a 14-year-old girl crush, but I think it's worth it because.
But then I'm sitting at home, calmly sitting at home, and I get this. You won't believe what just happened to me. I said, "Oh God, she fell off a tree or something. What happened?" And I heard this. George Clooney. I said, "What? Is this the Judy Baird, the sophisticated Judy Baird that I know?"
Absolutely.
So I just thought it was the funniest thing when she called me, and I had to share it with everybody here, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I do. And listen, everybody, I have to say goodbye, but it's not goodbye forever. If you get yourself onto our sites over and over and over, you will have the joy of your life. This was one of them. So I'm going to say goodbye for now, but we hope that you will sign up and do your thing for us. And we love the fact that you're here and watching this. It's so much fun. Bye.
Bye.